Once upon a time, a boy was born to a king and queen who had long yearned for a child. This brought great joy to the kingdom, for they finally got an heir to the throne. The child was named Inaros, and a grand feast was thrown for everyone. The king invited the fairy godmother to bless the occasion. But the minute she laid eyes on the newborn prince, her joyous smile turned into a frown.
Is there anything that bothers you?
He is beautiful, boy, but it is a great pity what the future holds for him.
What do you mean?
It is written in his fate that he will face grave danger, either by a serpent, a crocodile, or a dog. If I could save him, I would, but that is beyond my power.
The king was shocked and terribly worried. In great haste, he built a fortress upon a hill to protect his one and only son. He appointed guards to keep watch around the clock. Inaros grew up within the enclosure of the fortress. There were teachers appointed for his education and combat training. The only connection that he had with the outer world was through the giant palace windows that overlooked the kingdom. One day, Inaros saw a puppy playing from the window and asked the guard to bring it to him.
Aw, that puppy is so cute! Go and get him for me!
The guard was puzzled, as he knew about the fate of Inaros, but he could not betray the orders of the prince. So he went to the king.
A dog? Don't you know the prophecy? It's either a serpent, a crocodile, or a dog that kills him.
As the king kept scolding the guard, Inaros ran out to the palace gates to play with the little puppy. He took the puppy and ran into the courtroom.
Please, Father, I promise I'll take good care of him. Please let me keep him.
Seeing him laughing and playing with the puppy, the king decided to let him stay.
Oh, thank you, Father. I shall name you Fluffy, and you and I shall be pals forever.
Days passed, followed by years, and Inaros grew up to be a handsome young man. But he always yearned to explore the outer world.
Father, why do you keep me shut up in this palace?
You are not aware of the dangers that lie in the outer world.
I am aware of the prophecy. But look at Fluffy and me. We're inseparable. Don't you think that at least a part of the prophecy has been broken? And if I have to be a good king, I need to be aware of what is happening around the world.
Very well then. I shall not stop you. Go and explore the world, but, my son, be careful.
Oh, thank you, Father. I shall be very careful.
The next day, Fluffy and Inaros set sail on a ship to a faraway kingdom. During their journey, they experienced a heavy thunderstorm. The mast of the ship broke, and the passengers aboard lost their balance, and some of them toppled into the sea. Fluffy was nowhere to be seen, and this worried Inaros.
Fluffy! Fluffy, where are you? Where are you?
Without a second thought, Inaros jumped into the sea to save his best friend.
Oh, Fluffy, my dear Fluffy. Oh, I can't lose you.
In that moment of embrace, Inaros noticed a crocodile that was swimming towards them. Holding Fluffy tight, he swam towards the ship in haste. Suddenly, the crocodile looked scared, and it at once dived back into the sea. Inaros was surprised, and when he turned around, he saw a beautiful girl standing with a bow and arrow on the ship. Climb aboard quickly.
Thank you.
Did nobody tell you that you're not supposed to swim in a thunderstorm?
Oh, thank you. You not only saved me, but also my best friend. May I have the privilege of knowing your name?
I am Elena, Princess of the Kingdom of Alabama.
So what brings a princess on board a ship filled with commoners?
I wanted to explore the world, but my father wanted me to marry an eligible prince. So I decided to go on a little adventure before my fate gets sealed. Inaros was very impressed by her bravery. You tell me, what brings you here?
I am Inaros. I am a merchant, just going to conduct some business.
And so the two continued to talk throughout the journey. The ship reached Alabama, where Elena and Inaros got down with Fluffy at their heels. The king and his army were waiting by the shore to take Elena back to the palace. On seeing a stranger with her, they arrested Inaros. No, let him go. He didn't do anything.
Who are you, stranger, and what business do you have with my daughter?
Seeing that he couldn't lie anymore, Inaros had to reveal his true identity. He also expressed his desire to marry Elena. That is, if they would approve of it.
Oh, forgive me, dear prince. Guards, remove his shackles immediately and give him the best room in our palace. You must be tired. Why don't you take a nice warm bath and join us for dinner?
As they ate and talked, the king grew fond of Inaros and called for the wedding to be planned. Both the kings and queens met for the marriage alliance. A royal wedding was planned for Inaros and Elena. But Inaros did not want to hide the truth of his fate from his wife-to-be. What happened, Inaros? Why do you call me here 2 hours before we exchange our wedding vows? Is everything all right? Are you not happy with the wedding?
There is something I have to tell you. I can't hide this from you anymore.
What is it, dear? Inaros told her about the prophecy that the fairy godmother foretold. He also mentioned that as Elena had saved him from the crocodile, the second of his fates was already defeated. I don't believe in all this, but I do believe in love, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Whatever obstacles we face in the future, we will fight it together, and I will always be there to protect you. And I love you too. And so they got married, and the kingdom celebrated and rejoiced.
Oh, she is so beautiful.
Oh, they make such a cute couple.
Long live the prince and princess!
Together, Elena and Inaros dedicated their life for the welfare of the public. The people of the kingdom loved them so much that they were crowned as the new king and queen. Long live the new king! One night, when Inaros and Elena were sleeping, she noticed something creeping in the shadows, slowly slithering towards her husband. As it got closer, she noticed that it was a serpent. Aha! I had been waiting for this day to come. Elena laid out a bowl of milk before the serpent. It sprang towards the milk and drank it in haste. After finishing the last drop, it fell asleep. The clever and witty Elena anticipated an encounter with the snake and had had a bowl of milk mixed with magical herbs kept by her side that would put it to sleep. Then she ordered the guards to take the snake and throw it in a swamp miles away. Thus, she had defeated the third and final fate of Inaros and protected him all the while with her intelligence and forward thinking. Elena and Inaros set out on expeditions to explore the world together and lived happily ever after. Together, they overcame their obstacles and fear and were now braver than ever.